Hello there, people. Is there anyone that actually want a recap? Because we've missed 2 weeks. So this is today's week's setting. Well, last week we had a bit of a misfortune with Hagrid being not around for the recap. We misscheduled. I missed the time. Then I got depressed, and well, it didn't just happen. Sorry, folks. To be honest with you. And this week, Hagrid and I have scheduled up a time, and then Hagrid remembered that he was actually busy, and I was busy the rest of the week, so I couldn't. And now I finally got some free time, so I'm doing this one alone, unfortunately. As I couldn't get hold of Oxtro either. But we're gonna do it alone today, either way, and I think it's gonna be fine. So it might go a bit faster than you guys are used to, but I hope it's fine. Yeah, so let's hop into things with the 2 weeks worth of recap. We had a bit of technical issues here in the beginning since I reinstalled my computer. And for those of you that don't know what that means, it means technically that I just reinstalled my computer. There you go. Just took everything off it and then reinstalled it. So I had some small gremlins to work out. Hello there, Hindius. It's just me today, but greetings nonetheless. So today we are gonna do a search that I'm just gonna go through the statistics of the week 8 first, and then we're gonna do the normal thing, looking through each team for the week that we're actually supposed to recap, week 9. So you just have a feeling of what happened in the last week. So these teams have played 2 matches since we looked at them the last time. And if you see any hiccups, please tell me about them. So first off, we have Grim Dragsters versus Witches Be Tripping. Me and yeah, Witches Be Tripping was Crowdog, right? So Crowdog beat my ass up, if I remember correctly. There's no subtitles, so disappointing. Yeah, I don't even know if I can actually like apply subtitles somehow. I don't know. I had to look into that, Hindius. But seeing this, we did some passing. Then elves did their normal bullshit. His elves did more bullshit than my elves, so he won the game, I think. Nothing too different about our game, just as normal as anything else. Then we have the Tasty Tune versus Soul Guys, a 2-0 for Dr. Nick. This was a surprising win. Yeah, I can't when it's live. Well, I will have that to add that afterwards. Then. But yeah. 2-0 to Dr. Nick. Well done, Nick, for that. I did not expect you to win this versus these high-leveled high elves. 11 armor breaks. Are any deaths in there? No, just pure armor breaks. Well, a few injuries, but you know, a good SPP haul for him as well. So well done to both teams. Then we have Ram Yam on Haywire versus One Thick Coat. This isn't a surprising win to me for the shows. I think they're favored to win. Not that One Thick Coat has that many claw, but they do can like break through armor. With 19 armor breaks, Hinduus, I'm guessing you did a lot more blocks. Yes, you did. And there were a bunch of stuns, and not like casting them out, so to say. So there still were dwarves on the pitch that were still in the way. Maybe. 2 injuries on each side. I hope they were fairly equal to you guys. Some SPP on both sides. Dice doesn't really tell the game. Seems like the wolves did more though. Meaning that they were probably dodging, standing up, or doing other things. I think it was pretty tied. Yeah, it kind of looks like that, don't it? Like, when you both have like 19 to 8 and your blocks weren't really that far off either. I think you got a few more than your opponent there. But yeah, sorry for the signs. I have some admin teams that are apparently being confirmed matches at the moment. So, looking at Death Knight Demons versus Rolling Renegades, we have Death Knight Demons winning or losing with a 2-1 versus Rolling Renegades. I don't remember which of these teams are what team just yet. Hello there, Hamel. I'm alone today, unfortunately, as there were some problems between scheduling. And we are doing 2 weeks, so currently we are just looking through the last week's matches real quick, and then we should go over to the normal schedule. And I'm expecting this to be a lot quicker done, since I'm alone and don't have anybody to talk to as well. Nice SPP haul for the Rolling Renegades, same for Death Knight Demons with that 10 on Pluto. Dice seems fairly average. One is throwing way more, one is throwing way less. I'm guessing the one that threw less won, because that's often the case. Yes, that it was. Then we have Fecal Fantasy 2-1 versus the Grimlayer Railers. Just tell everybody to get jump up when we're all set up. Yep, exactly. Just get jump up, guys. Will be fine. So, Fecal Fantasy, his damn beast of Nurgle, singed. I know you're here. I know you can hear me, or will watch this afterwards. Damn you for this piece of monstrosity. And then we have the Grismering Grayless. Nice SPP there on that one. 23 armor breaks though versus 5, kinda expected with the amount of Mighty Blow. He's singing us. Yeah, sing! You know? Just as the bigger theory. Nice SPP haul as well. And I mean, Dice, yeah, clearly stands that the Nurgle did a lot of punching, where the Bretts were kind of running away. Then we have Harmel with the 2+ Supreme Leaders, 2-1 versus New Necromantic. Injured lineman, niggled. He's probably not around anymore, I'm guessing. I'm guessing you did Elf, the Necro coach. It seems like that, with just 5 armor breaks and versus 14. No deaths, so that's good for you. And it seems like you stole the ball, since they have more ball possession on the Necro side of things. Or you did just 2 turns and then you stole the ball in the last few turns. But yeah, a nice SPP haul for both teams. And some dice. There were more dice done by the High Elves. Not that common. Or like, not that uncommon. I'd say I was lucky again. You need to stop relying on luck then and actually play good if you want to. Because you're currently in the highest setting on the leaderboard, I would say. Still, so. Because we want you to win, damn it. We want you to represent our division, damn it. You know? So then we have 1-1 versus the Kleptocrats versus the Scarlet Charlatans. 6 armor breaks versus 20. Seems like the Necro here would do most of the punching and maybe getting more out of it. Yeah, 50 blocks versus 36. And the dice tells the tale as well, I think. Yeah, kind of does. Yeah. So, that was week 8. You just quickly stragged through for those that Didn't know the week before that, Hagrim did the recap on his channel because I was feeling ill, depression, sorry. And then last week, we had a bit of scheduling issues once again, and now I'm alone because we had scheduling issues again. There's a more better version of that explanation in the beginning of the video or the stream. Yeah. So now we are walking into week 9, the one that you guys just played. And we're actually going to take a look at the teams as well from this point on. So we have the Ram Jam on Haywire versus Witching Be Tripping. So we have a Orc victory here for A. Well done, A. Versus Crow Dog's team, right? Seems you got the punches in and they stuck. And you could then roll in the ball whenever you wanted to. Kind of like orcs want to, yeah. And the dice tells the tale. Did the elves try to dodge out, but it probably didn't work. Or you would imagine. Yeah, first half looked almost pitch clear. Yeah, I would expect something out of that. This set of. That's unfortunate, but still a victory for you, Hindus. So well done. Thus, something that people don't know and tend to forget, it requires a better coach to know when to do stuff that actually benefits you to get advantage. Even though if your opponent is having bad dice, it requires you to have the skill to be able to take advantage of it, that they are having bad dice. Right? So, still well done. So, shall we take a quick look at Ram Yam on Haywire to see the team? And I shall open it on my secondary monitor here as well. Sorry guys for a bit of delay. Here's usually where my co-caster would fill in the space a bit. But looking at team, you didn't get any. Well, you got one level up on the thrower, the dodge. Nice, nice. I like a blodge thrower. I think that was the last level up before you would have fired him and recycled him, right? Because you just, I guess most people go, block, dodge, and then kick off return, right? And that's the point where you kind of fire them and recycle them if they get more levels than that. A block on a flesh orc block. Ah, flesh orc block. Yeah, there you go. Yeah, I missed that one. Well done. Well done. That's good. That's good. The MVP is solid there. And now you just need one more punch with this lineman as well. Do you have all your black orcs now? 1, 2, 3. No, you're missing one, right? Yeah, you're missing one. He needs double to dodge, only goblins have anti-access. Exactly. So, that's what I meant. So, by throwers, you want them to have blodge and kick off return, and then you cycle them, if they don't get anything else, right? Like, I meant block, fend, and then kick off return, and then you get dodge. Like, and maybe picking up accurate is a good thing, because then you can pass a bit more safely. But I think with a team like yours, you don't have really good like response to catching it unless one of your blitzes will roll an edge up. But I have full faith in you that you know what you need to do and actually focus leveling this blitzer, and then eventually buy your third Black Orc. So I have full faith in you to fix this team up and make them playable again. And then we have Witching Be Tripping with Crow Dog. The elves. See, is that he then niggled on anything? Nope, just a movement bust. And this is a MNT. Okay. So we have no level ups from this week. And if you guys got level ups from the week before, I'm sorry if I don't see them. I don't have time to walk it all through, so... But yeah, still looking like a nice team. I have full faith that Crowdog will take care of this team and focus some SPP on those witch elves if you want them leveled. But yeah, a vanity pass maybe on this lineman if you can, just to get this level up. It would be nice. And the same thing on this witch elf, just one vanity pass, so it's an MVP away when it will finally does something, just for that blodge or rackle. But yeah, nice team crow though, like it. Next on, we have Death Knight Demons versus Tasty Tunes. Another win for Dr. Nick. Well done, Dr. Nick. Well done. Seems like he have had a beneficial season for him at the moment. And doing fairly well. So 10 number breaks versus 11. 1 death on each side. I hope it was a loner and a goblin. And nothing too expensive. We will surely find out soon. 1 block, 24 blocks versus 26, fairly even. The goblins won, so I wonder here if the goblins kind of stole the ball and then did some shenanigans, like at halftime, you know? Like the Underworld. So pickups 2. Success fails 0. Pickups 3, yeah. So I think like on turn 1, the Underworld kind of got a hand of the ball and then scored and then got the ball over to the enemy team. Maybe, you know, do one of those scenarios. Maybe. Dice blocks, yeah, doesn't really tell much of a tale. Other than elfed and Underworld. Shall we take a closer look at Dr. Nick's Underworld team to see who died on the team and who did leveled? So let's see. Yeah, so it was a goblin that actually got killed. 1 got a smashed hand. Is that a niggle? No, that's just an MG. So he will be back for more. Though, something interesting. The Skaven lineman here got tackle, which is great skill, to be honest. Really great one. And to make this team even more nasty, one of the Skaven blitzers got a piling on as well. So we do have a tackle now and a double piling on. Actually, no, just 1 piling on, because this guy doesn't have piling on yet. That's interesting. But yeah, so now he has a claw piling on piece. Watch out there, Armor 9 teams. Dr. Nick is coming for you. And with a bit of cash in the banks, probably looking into maybe buying a new goblin or so, just to replace the one that died. Maybe even replace this so you go down to 100k. Maybe stadiums? No, you already have enough on altar. So, yeah, Nick, I would say maybe just rebuy goblins, fire this one, so you have 14 again. And then just start on new. I don't know how important these 5 or 6 goblins are. But it seems like they will die anyway. And maybe just replacing them just so you have 14 players again on your team might be a good result. Or playing with 13 for the next match. But I believe you're sufficient enough to know what to do in this case. Yeah. So, looking into Death Knight Demons. And I stood correct. It was actually a loner that got badly hurt and one that died as well. And the lineman here, Elbean, got dodge. The rest of them got no level ups, but I would say maybe focus on this Agi5 dude. He's fairly close on leveling up. Throwing those 2 vanity passes would be great for you. Might want to think about what you want to do when this gets killed, but I don't think it's a big deal. But yeah. And then you have a Mighty Blow 1 as well. I'm guessing this is your one-turner, so you keep her on the pitch as far away from the action as possible. So, but yeah. Good team, good team. I would say Demos. Well done. Now, hey Hinges, I just seen you won. Well done, mate. I actually won a whole point in the stands thanks to you. Ooh. Leaderboard talk. Nice, nice. So, we have Fecal Fantasy versus Grim Dragsters. This was a 3-1 for me versus Singed. If you want to watch this game, this ridiculous of nonsense that was our game, you can watch it on Metal's Full Metal's stream site or Twitch. He did Singed paid in for a donation in Rebel's Patreon to be able to get a preview or like a commentation or comment on from Metal's perspective on this match. It was a fairly bullshittery game, to be honest. Like, end comment was from Metal was basically elves did elf shit, and that's basically what happened. Very much so. He tried to block me like 65 blocks. He even killed one of my players. 5 injuries, nothing too permanent that I would cry my eyes out. But a lot of SPP both for me and him in the end. And I mean, the dice amount, once again, shows the tale. I rolled sick dice and just won the game off that. Had some lucky ones in there. And he kind of rolled a bit, I wouldn't say unlucky, but at the same time I wouldn't call it lucky, you know? Because just look at these push dice. Push, 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 push. I think the main issue that Singed had this game was that he didn't have any tackle after I blitzed him on the first turn that I got. And then he had problem from the way there because he didn't have any tackle. But shall we take a closer into the teams, since both got a pretty decent SPP haul. I think though that Singed team got the better of it than mine. Here they are. They're now the highest team in the division, I would say. I think 2100. Yep, so they are the highest team in our division at the moment. With this team, which is a ridiculous 16-man roster team. Which is so dumb. So dumb. So, he got a level up on Vitriol Vantine. This guy got Piling On. Yeah, sorry guys. And then Yuki Kanasaki also got a level up, which seemed to be block. And then Uff Reborn also got a level up, which is now a break tackle based on Nurgle. Like I said, guys, I'm sorry, but yeah, I'm not, because I'm not facing this team again. So, have fun facing it, I imagine. Yeah. No, so the first turn I took was that I blitzed out Shibi here, and then he was out for the whole game. So that did me well. Yeah. But yeah, he got some level ups. You feeder. Hey, I won the match. And now looking at my destroyed elf team for a second, after a victory like that, didn't come with nothing. So, my Agi 5 lineman is now dead. My Pavement Pounder got badly hurt, so he's still here. And Dynamics got badly hurt as well. Saved him from pure death. Was an instant Atbo from me. And unfortunately, Sparky Plogo now got movement busted. Which kind of sucks, to be honest, but you know, can't save them all. Lazarus now, yeah, he's double niggled, MNG, he's fine. And then I got a smashed knee alignment that I fired as well. So yeah, I mean, and then I brought in a new thrower since my thrower died. Yeah, so that's what happened. Now I'm back at 1550 for my next match, so that's gonna be fun. Yeah, tough match, fun to watch, but hell of a match, hell of a match. Now we have Harmel's game. I'm already seeing a 3-3 versus the Soul Guys. Was this a shoot-off? Kinda seems like a shoot-off to me. A real elf game, so to say. The Wood Elves versus the High Elves. With 16 armor breaks for the Wood Elves. Wow, that's a lot. What did you do to break the Elves 16 times, I wonder? There, Sheppy. But yeah, well done, 3-3. 5 armor breaks versus 16. 4 passes succeeded, 3 passes succeeded. 38 blocks versus 27. It's fairly close. You screwed up the end of the end and gave away the game. Oh, sorry to hear that. Because, well, it's a really nice SVP haul for both of you. So that's 14, 18, 19, 20, 22, 24, 26 SVP. Well done. And I'm imagining it's the same amount over here. His Mighty Blow War Dancer was on fire. That's what happened with the AV bricks. Ah, I see. Yeah, Mighty Blow War Dancers can be disgusting things. Now, this is gonna be interesting to me. So you rolled a lot of dice here, right? Did Shoppy roll as many? No, he didn't. So, yeah. Maybe you based a bit too much, maybe? Or he did more of the basing and actually blocked you more? No, you did more of the block. No, he did more of the blocking. He did go, though, get a higher, much higher amount of pounds than you. But yeah, seems like a fun game to watch. If you want to watch some real elf bullshit, I think this is the game to watch, if I'm not mistaken. You were outnumbered. Yeah. I know that feeling. It happened to me as well, versus Singed. But shall we take a closer look at Harmel's team to see what happened here? So, you got 2 badly hurts. The one on the dodge lineman and one on the fresh lineman. That is 3 SVP here. Nothing more really happened. Didn't really happen. A arm burst, unfortunately, here on the splitzer, but I still think he's fine. Blodge armor 7 can still survive a lot, though. You were outnumbered and had to risk some blocks and elf bullshit, but entertaining indeed. I could imagine so. Usually when these two MNGs faces at each other high. He was AV busted already? Ah, I see. Yeah, okay, yeah. So he was unbusted already, right? Yeah. Then he's fine, right? No, but like your team is looking fine. You didn't get any level ups though from the game, but you're closing in on some, I would presume. Or assume, I guess is the word. Like this lineman, could you do a vanity pass and then you have a level on him, for example? It's just one of those. But yeah. I think you will handle that fine and just do the vanity passes that you know, score on the people that you want to, And you might want to focus throw touchdowns on this guy, just so he can get that next level. Because what, 2 touchdowns and he's done, it. So it might be worthwhile doing that for this guy. Just shut the ball to him, pick it up with your new thrower, put him upfield, and then catch it with one of your catches, and then hand it over to him as a score for a 2-turn or something. Who knows? I don't really know what matchup you're having next, but that would be my plan. Maybe do a vanity pass with this lineman if you want to. If you want to focus on the SPP side of things, that is. Then again, your team will grow highly in TV because of it, probably, but might be worth it. Good team though, Arnold. Good team. Now, shall we take a gander at your opponent? That was Shuppy's Soul Guys. That I expect to be in much finer shape for some reason. And looking at it, they really didn't be in. So we have an MEG over here. We have a armor bust over here that got already fired. Okay, fractured skull, yeah. That already is fired. We have a level up on Smooth 2, that was dodge, and a level up on Capra Demon as well. Got shows. That will be vanity passes. Yep, understandable. Understandable, mate. So, both Smooth and Capra Demon got level up, and one of them got... No, both of them got dodge. There you go. Yeah. So both of them got dodge. Capra Demon all of a sudden going from becoming a boring kick lineman to this ultimate wrestle Rog Agi 5 ball stealer, I imagine he is at the moment, right? Fairly good for the team to get one of those, I would say. And then we have the 3 that is just as normal, a very big block 3. So I would say well done with your team, Shopping. Looking good so far. Nothing really big to comment on, since I don't know really what happened in the game before. But so, moving on to Grim's Rasterstorm versus Grimzilla. 4-0 for Rasterstorm. Jesus. I'm guessing those leaps really worked. Or he KO'd the whole team. Looking from the dice, there's an equal amount of dice, so I'm guessing the Shores got a punching as well, as they were basing up stuff. And KOs came in 6 KOs inflicted, 2 KOs inflicted. I imagine these KOs came back fairly quick. Dr. Hops. Donald Trump. I don't know if that's a tell on me or somebody else, or if there actually is a Dr. Hops. I would love to hear from you, Rasterstorm, to know if that's me or not, because that would be funny. He will lie. Such a cruel death. But yeah, your dice fairly average, I would say. And the dice of the Shorts fairly average as well. Low amount of skulls. Sorry for that yawn. Been a long day today. Got a new in-job interview, so that's good. Shall we take a closer look at the Kleptocrats just to see what happened to them within that game? And we shall, if we can find them. This is always a problem. Here you go. And guys, do you know what I see? Do you know what I see? Hargrim should be in here for here. But we got a bear. It's named Dr. Hops. I'm thinking that's me and me and Hagrim together did that. That's so funny to me. That's so funny. I'm a cuddly bear. I like that. I like that so bad. See? And since he bought the bear, guess what, guys? Guess what? He won 4-0. Did he have the bear here? I kind of wanna... Can I, like... All players... Yeah, he had a bear here as well. So the bear was bought. The bear was bought 2 games ago. And then he just equalized that game. So he got a win. He got the streak rolling after me. And then just bought a bear roughly here. Because he didn't have it versus AU, right? I'm sorry guys that I'm hyped about a bear. But like... It's named after me. I gotta give it some credit. But yeah, so he started winning after or like doing draws. Nice. Well done, Rassastorm. We told you needed a bear. So, more into looking into the team. Shao, the second, got a level up, a guard level up. Fairly good, I would say. Pretty normal as well. This team is all of a sudden looking much healthier and much better off. Missing only one lineman and another lineman for maybe 30 player. And then you're set, right? Rasselstorm? And that's what I'm thinking at least. Yeah. Very nice team. Very nice team. Well done from coming back from that brutal start of a season that you got. Now, one thick coat. Grimzilla. What have happened to the Shelves in the past games? Not that much, if you were to look closer into them. Except that one of the blockers got niggled. And guess who it was? It was Elevian Blue. The strength up guard blocker, unfortunately. I understand. I understand why you fired it. I don't know Shelves well enough to know if a niggled strength up player is worth firing or not. I would say no, but then I'm an elf player and I like playing apparently with AV6 on my players, or 5 even. Because I think a strength 4 Shorf, with even though he's niggled and with guard, is good enough to keep. I don't know. Am I being unreasonable here, guys? I don't think so. But yeah. And then we have the Hobgoblin, who got a MNG as well. Hummel, you think you would keep it? Yeah, I think so. I think still I would keep it, right? Because it's still armor 9. You still gotta go through that big armor wall, you know? And then you surround it with some of its buddies, with like Mighty Blow or like Guard. And it's still good, right? But I don't know the scenario. Maybe Grimzilla thought that could get a wizard out of it. I don't know. Like he might have thought that did it for a game or something. I don't know. Might be a reason, more better reasoning that I have behind it. And Hindverse is saying those kings are already dead. That's funny. That's funny. But yeah, so a fresh Shore Chaos blocker. And one, they got an MVP and leveled up from it. Nagarim Jello got MVP and Mighty Blow, so because of it. So well done, Grimzilla, with your team. Yeah, and then we have Scarlet Charlatan versus Rolling Renegades. 2-0 to Scarlet Charlatans. 21 armor breaks versus 2. 2 touchdowns versus 0. It seems almost like the 21 armor breaks might have been a bit too much. really, 21 armor breaks out of 37 blocks? That's a lot. That's a hell of a lot. So that means that almost 1/3/4 of the blocks that it did was a cast. A cast, a stun, a KO, you know, or a kill, you know, almost even. That's a lot. And if these came in early, I understand why the rolling renegades didn't have much to put up as a defense. Yeah, that's an SPP haul. I'm so sorry, rolling renegades. This is gonna look brutal. I have a feeling when we are viewing his team that this might be one of those look away scenes, you know. But yeah, dice seems average on point. Blocking dice, yep. If you look here, these are less. A lot of skulls, of course. A lot more trying to dodge out. Yeah, this is gonna be a brutal one. Let's get it over with immediately and just go to the rolling renegades and see how they are standing at the moment. If I can find them, that is. There you go. Athea, how is your team surviving? So, you still have quite a team though, to be honest. Quite a team though is still there. Mostly badly hurt, it seems. Serelit got a badly hurt, which is still fine. Alona got killed or badly hurt. This Blitzer, got badly hurt as well, though it's niggled, so that's understandable. One of the other Blitzers that will blodge, sidestep, diving, tackle got killed. Unfortunately, that was one of his own players, not as lucky as Shuppy or Dr. Nick, who's just a lineman or a loner that died. Then we have a badly hurt on Morphidin as well. And a movement bust on Hathran, the lineman. And a badly hurt on the thrower. That was quite a tale looking through that team. But the thrower / runner, Avius, still succeeded to level up. Got a dodge. What a man. What a man. Is this Mighty Blow new? Feels new, don't it? Feels really new. I don't think we have had a Mighty Blow on that witch elf before. But yeah. Still a team that can succeed. You just need to rebuy one of your blitzes. You need to stock up on some more linemen. I think Athea, this season, from now on forwards, you're playing for survival. You're playing for remaking that team great again. I think. Yeah, that's probably a hurtful game for his part on his parts there. Looking in to his opponent, Engelbert Hex. Let's see. Scarlet Charlatans. Not that much happened with them, even though that super huge SPP haul that you had coming. Just one of the wolves got a dodge, being blodge now. So both the wolves got blodge. MVP landed on a random ass zombie. Evo Nibby here. And that's about it. A lot of random SPP otherwise. Cass is done on zombies, on whites, one for the flesh golem. There's not really that much going on with the team, but it was a solid SPP haul still from Engelbert Hex. So that is some match. Well done, Engelbert. I would say well done. Looking through the last match of this week, we have New Romantic XI versus Grismel Grayless. 3-0 for the other Necromantic team versus the Bretts. Does this tell a tale here somewhere? Does this exposition maybe tell us that zombie fowlers are better than peasants. With 1 death and 8 armor breaks versus 15 armor breaks. Fairly even on the block side. I don't know how even the fouling game was, since we don't really see that here. I would have expected it to be really bloody from both sides, knowing how many zombies New Romantic have and how Bretts usually tend to play. But looking through here, we have no passes on any team. We have equal amount of dodges. We have a significant more better number on the Romantic. Probably the 3 touchdowns, right? 1, 2, 3. Seems like that. The mood might have killed something more. Dice. Missed the start. I misclicked the app on my strength 4. Shorf cry. No, you did. That's what happened. Grimzilla. F in the chat, people. F in the chat. So he was safe. You apped him, and then he was safe as well, and then you still picked up the niggle. That sucks. Dan, that sucks so hard. I'm sorry, mate. So sorry for that. Yeah. We were debating, you will see it in the VOD later, if you still would have kept it, though. Because it was still a strength 4 shove with guard, you know, even though it had a niggled. But you might have, killed it in just pure fury, right? Maybe. You just made it into glue because you just you suck now. I imagine. But yeah. Also, I'm alone today because me and Harmel didn't get to plan very well, and then it didn't really work out, so I'm alone today. But the VODs will cover the past 2 weeks that have happened, so you can watch everything there, so you haven't missed anything. Still, and I will upload them to my YouTube as well, so don't worry about it. But yeah, looking in now to the Grisman Grailers first here. See what happened to them. Since they had a death on the team, Muffalenso. See. We are seeing some hurt blitzers, boys. And it isn't a good sign often when you see just cross marks and no red marks. Yeah, fired the block DP player 2 in rage. Yup. You hear that, Hagrim? Almost a season of work. I take the credit. Well done, Hamel. Well done. Of course I meant Hagrim. Hagrim isn't here because we had scheduling difficulties. There you go. But yeah, one of these blitzes are not as okay as it looks like. Let's find out who. Ooh, that's a juicy niggle that was already there. Miss Amingido on this blodge tackle player. Next one. Ooh, that's the new niggle. On the leader player as well. That hurts. That's hurtful to watch them go through that. Not that blitzes are hard to level, but seeing your leader piece getting niggled, that's a bit harsh. Yeah, that's gonna hurt. And then when we are looking down the line of people that were in his team during this game, he didn't in fact play with one of his blockers. I'm guessing this one, who is niggled, wasn't around for that game. And he had a loner peasant that did fantastic. Seems like this rookie one and the strength one were still there. And a peasant got a death, and the wrestle one got not an MNG. So he's fine. He's fine. Phew. He's fine. So this team is fine. You have 210k in the bank. Now you need to consider: do I fire this blitzer? Do I fire this blitzer? Do I just keep both the blitzers? Maybe buy a team reroll. Maybe buy the new blitzer afterwards. You have a lot of options here. You have an option here to just keep the team as it is. Work with them for this season. Mold them as you want them to be. Buy that third reroll. Kick the leader out. Level up a new blitzer and make it right this time, right? I think you can do it, Muffalator. I believe in you. And also beneficial with this low TV, you can actually buy in Griffin on most games, and he should win your games alone. I think he's a very, very, very solid player, and these blitzers are fine. Hummel, they are both niggled though, so I don't know if you want to keep them around, especially the leader one, since he's niggled. That blitzer is fine, I mean before the niggle. Yeah, after the niggle, they are not fine. That's the problem. Two reroll plus leader is spread standard, I know, but it can stand out. He can differentiate and just pick up another skill and get a dodge blitzer much faster, getting that third reroll as a core in his team now, and then you don't have to worry about leader anymore, you know? That's just a tactic that I thought of, you know? But yeah, I think Muffalator, you can still do it. I believe in you, like I said. And now, for the last team, the new romantic. How did this go? How could we let this happen? Let's see. Dave, what is your current team status, mate? So let's see. A level up on a white, I got one. Makes sense? Makes sense? Seems like we have... It's 50k that you save on having a leader? Really? Is it that much? Ooh, okay. Okay, maybe it's worth having a leader. Sorry. But yeah. So, I don't think this Flesh Golem guard... We have seen it before. That's new to me, at least. And the Mighty Blow Werewolf. It might be new as well from the game before. Strength up. My memory is shifty with these things. Did he had all those nice tools before? I wonder. I wonder. But Dave, this is a really good team now. You better look after it, mate. You have a armor bust... not armor busted. You have an agi busted zombie that you don't care a crap about. If he's agi busted or whatever, because he's a zombie. That's what they're supposed to be, I'm guessing. So yeah. I mean, this team is looking fantastic and starting to look really good for next season for you. So I'm sincerely hoping that you're doing well with them. And now, it isn't over yet, folks. Not just yet. Soon, but not just yet. We shall take a gander on the leaderboards. Let's see who are on the top. So we have Harmel at the top. Seems pretty reliable from the website as well. We have Engelbert Hex at second place. We have Dr. Nick as third. We have Singed with his Nurgle team. 603 with Nurgle. That's pretty good. Well done. Then we have Dave, Crowdog, me, Athea, Hindvis, Grimzilla. Yeah, those two should be shifted, but I don't think it matters that much right now because that's so far down. Then we have Ranselstone, Shuppy, Muffalenzo, and Dimas. So, now, is the question. Who will take this? Who will take the top spot? Who can enter the zone? How many games are left? Let's start with that question. How many games are left? 1, 2, 3, 4. So 4 games are left. 4 games are left, people. So, being... can I change this? What happens if I do this to my stream? Nothing. Okay. So let's do this then. We're gonna do some quick edit in the making here. Add a scene. Video capture. Nope. That one. Nope. Anyway, we'll do this. There you go. Let's remove this promote. So, here we have, guys, Harmel at the top at the moment. We have Angerblood Hex as the second at 18 points. 18 points, 18 points, 16, 16. I would say, are you beneath me? You're not going to playoffs, I think. Or challenges for that reason. These teams are most likely out of playoffs and challenger. I think it's too rough of a climb. I don't think the chances of any of us below me is going there. I have a very, 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 very small shot, I would say. But I still don't think I will take myself there, because Singe needs to stop winning for me even be able to climb up to the challenger cutoff spot. Me and Harmel are playing next week, so he gets a free win. Can't you play next week? Question mark, question mark, question mark? No, I'm just bad. Aw, don't be like that. Grimtail, you will win this. Huh? I believe in you. You have the team to murder his team. I mean, you have Claw. Your armor rate can break. But no, this guy, Harmel. Well done, lad. Well done. The main problem isn't that he's 23 points above. I mean, that's almost the main problem as well. 4 wins with for Engelbert, Nick Dr. Nick, Singed, and all losses for Hamel would mean that he wouldn't go to playoff, but challenges instead. I think you're locked in, Hamel. I'm not gonna 100% it, like 95% it, but I don't think there's any other way for you. You're locked in for playoffs or challenger. Mainly because of this touchdown difference. I believe you're not either, but almost locked in, right? You're very close to being locked in. Is it 2 points or 1 point that you gain from a win, by the way? I'm an admin, I should know this, but I haven't really paid much attention to this part. You guys probably know. Harmel should know. 2 wins for 1 win? 2 points for 1 win? Maybe? 1 point for 1 draw? I have to play 2 out of 3, and the ones that are just behind me. 3-1-0. Yeah, okay. Okay, yep. So, what you're saying is that the guys that are basically above Crowdog can still get to at least playoff or Shanshi Cup, and the teams that are on 18 points are still being able to take your spot. I would say if Nick keeps up this winning streak, same with Singed, for the coming weeks, they might be able to grab it. Problem is, let's look who they are facing. So currently, Dr. Nick. Here we have Soul Guys, Tasty Tunes. There are some matchups here. I believe that is gonna be hard for Nick. For example, like One Thick Coat is gonna be a hard one for one. I think. Fetal Fantasy versus New Necromantic. I would say the Fetal Fantasy takes that. I would say that you take this over the Necros. This one, I don't know. You might get blown out. And then we have this one, the Kleptocrats. I don't know. You have Witching Be Tripping, good coach versus you there. We're a good team. We have the Tasty Team versus the Griffin Railers. Might be able to win that one. And last up we have you versus Singed. Which is one of the matchups that really can decide who goes up. That would be a fantastic race, wouldn't it? You side by side with the nasty Nurgle, who goes up. Can you hear the tension? This is gonna be interesting, folks. This is gonna be interesting. And for those of you that are a bit further back in the lead, I wouldn't say that I'm sorry, but you didn't play it well enough. That's just, you got diced, or you got Discord, you got Blood Bowled, you know. You're still a good coach. I still like you, but you didn't just make it. Try to focus on building a team, locking them up for next season, making them tougher than ever, and coming back big, right? That's what you guys gonna hope for. And I still hope you guys have a fantastic season. Wow, that's a good final game. Yeah, I know, Grinzilla, right? That story, you know, seeing Singed win more and more here, climbing up to the same points as Hamel, and then eventually facing each other for the last match. That's I hope for that match, you know, to happen and actually mean something. That would be so incredible. It's gonna be fun. But yeah, thank you guys for watching. This will always be up on YouTube eventually when I get around to uploading them and actually doing my work. But yeah, this is gonna be fun. This is gonna be fun. Take care, guys. I'm gonna actually remind you guys to love each other a bit out there. Appreciate one another. That's good. Your loved ones, your friends. And I will see you guys next week. Ciao.